Hello and welcome back to Firestorm Games, and you're joining us as we take another look inside some of the new Kharadron Overlord releases. Now this is the Grundstok Gunhauler, and we can see the assembled and painted miniature on the front, as well as a few more examples on the back here as well, including a few close-ups of some of the different components, and also some tips on how to paint your own Gunhauler as well. So let's open this box up and take a look at the contents inside. So first of all, we have the instruction booklet. This is a full colour booklet which explains exactly how to assemble all of the components in here. Now all these components are numbered and they are on the sprues as well, so it's very easy to find the exact component you need for each step. You also know which parts of the components need to be glued by these yellow sections you can see here, and all these items are color coded to make assembly a lot easier. So you can see here it's all full color, very simple and straightforward instructions to follow, especially for a quite complex miniature like this. In the final pages we get some of the war scrolls for this particular vehicle. You can see all the weapon options and all the special rules as well. And then finally on the back page we have some more in-depth painting tips for painting the different aspects of the Gunhauler. So let's move on to the sprues. So here we have half of the sprue that you get in this box set. I've just split it in half so you can see some of the components on here a little more clearly. Now this contains the main hull of the ship itself. You can see here it comes in these two sections here. We've got this figurehead which also carved onto the front, which you may recognise from the frigates. Now each of the Kharadron Overlord ships has this figurehead, and it gets slightly bigger depending on the size of the ship. So this is the smallest ship of the three, but you can see here it's still quite a large size ship in itself. Very nice detailing and riveting for these panels across the section here, and also on some of the other items such as these tail fins as well. Now, there's lots of detailing on this particular sprue. You can see here the control panel with all these gauges and dials, and we also have some of the bombs as well. We've got two bomb racks here with regular bombs and also some specialist bombs there as well. But lots of dwarven iconography as you can see with this this panel here, and also these small little sections onto the rigging as well. So that's the first sprue looked at. Let's move on to the second. So here we have the second half of the sprue, and you can see here this contains the main ether engine that we get on. This is the large sphere that keeps the ship afloat. So we've got the main kind of, I think this is the bottom of it there, and also these top half panels. Lots of detailing on here. We've got these panels, vents, rivets, these kind of windows that show you the glowing blue ether that's inside as well. Now this sits on top of the hull that we looked at previously. This is the actual kind of the deck of the ship. Lots of single piece detailing in there, so you can see even these detailing. You've got gauges, the deck itself is picked out, and lots more riveting and other items in here as well. We also have a couple of the crew members here, so I think this is the captain, I believe. So he's the guy who's actually piloting this particular ship. A few components you will recognise from the frigate as well. Lots of kind of similar designs to those. So we've got these propellers here that just sit on top of the ether engine, and we also have the anchor as well. So that's the sprues looked at, very nice, detailed indeed. So let's get this kit assembled and take a look at the finished Gunhauler. So that concludes our look at the Grundstok Gunhauler for the Kharadron Overlords. Overall, a really nice miniature. It fits nicely into the existing range. You can see here that even though it is a slightly smaller ship than the frigate in comparison, it's still quite a sizable ship in itself. A very interesting kind of role that it fills. Rather than it being a transport ship with a lot more armament, it's a bit smaller, still pretty well armed, and still has the bomb racks, but it's definitely going to be a lot faster weaving in and out of the larger ships. Now, whilst there are a number of good points about this kit, including the close attention to detail and also the ease of assembly, there are a few bad points as well. For example, there is a lack of customization. You can swap out the main armament, but that's pretty much it. There isn't much in the way of crew customizations or icons that you can swap around on the ship. So if you've got a few of these running, they're going to look very samey. But apart from those small downsides, this kit really is fantastic and fits perfectly with the rest of the Kharadron Overlord range. Now, if you'd like to pick up one of these for yourself, yourself. They're available for RRP of £30, but on Firestorm Games we have them available for £27. And I'll pop a link in the description below where you can pick one of these up for yourself. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do let us know in the comments below, and also let us know what product ranges you'd like us to cover in our future videos. So all that's left to say is thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again on Firestorm Games.